So here, first question. This was a paper only, no? I've given you.
Yes, ma'am.
Name the gas which is obtained when limestone is heated strongly. So limestone is calcium carbonate. When heated strongly, it gives out carbon dioxide, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So gas released is carbon dioxide gas. So name the gas. They have not asked formula. If you have written CO2, you lost marks. You will lose half mark. Clear?
Ma'am,
Everyone turn
Yes,
on
ma'am.
camera. Everyone turn on camera.
ma'am, can you just repeat it?
Yes, I'm
If
repeating. Everyone listen very carefully. Science, although you know the concept, but still people are losing marks because they are not understanding the question properly and not writing the answers accordingly. The teacher wants something else and you are writing something else. So because of that mismatch, you people are losing marks. So first thing, what they have asked, name the gas. Answer CO2. CO2 is the right answer. But what they have they asked the formula of the compound? They have asked name the compound, name the gas. So gas name is carbon dioxide. In name you have to write. And in bracket you can write CO2. So that is a proper way of writing answer. Second one, name the substance that has been reduced in the following reaction. Now the proper way of writing answer. Most of the substance students will write, which is reduced here, H2O2 is reduced. That is only the answer they have written. I will give you marks for that. But now what you have to work is H2, you have to write the along with reason. H2O2 has lost oxygen and forms H2O. So therefore, hydrogen peroxide is reduced or H2O2 is reduced. It's clear? So you have to write reason along with it. Why you say that it is reduced? Because it has lost oxygen. What type
ma'am,
of reaction? Yes.
just a question. If we write H2O2 has been reduced to form water,
Hmm.
and in bracket I write the formula of water. So is it correct, or still I have
Yeah,
need
that
to
is
write
correct,
it?
but you have to write it has lost oxygen. So that word, this one sentence is important. It
Okay.
has lost one atom of oxygen.
Ma'am.
Yes.
For the first one, I have given the formula as well as I've written that carbon dioxide is formed. I've given the name. So will that be counted?
Yes. Name is actual answer is name of the compound. So added advantage, that is CO2 has to be written. Right, and what type of a reaction is represented by respiration? So respiration is an
Exothermic.
exothermic reaction. Okay, it is
Ma'am, I've
exothermic
written
reaction.
exothermic along with oxidization because food is getting oxidized in that. So
Yeah. Write an example of precipitation reaction. So example of
Na2
precipitation.
Na2SO4 aqueous plus BaCl2 aqueous is equal to BaSO4 aqueous plus 2NaCl precipitate PPT.
2 NaCl is not PPT.
Sorry, ma'am,
BaSO4 is PPT.
BaSO4 is PPT. BaSO4
Yeah,
is PPT.
BaSO4 is a PPT. But whenever you are writing equation, you are not only need to write the equation, you need to explain it in one sentence. When sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride, it forms barium sulfate, white precipitate of barium sulfate, and sodium chloride is produced.
Mom, can potassium chloride and silver nitrate?
Yes, it
Oh,
can be. It can be considered.
okay, ma'am.
Silver chloride is this one,
Okay.
precipitate.
Ma'am, lead nitrate and potassium iodide.
Yes, right. That also.
Okay.
But you have to write whenever. Right now, you have written only equation. I will give you marks. But the proper way is write first sentence, and then in English, write first sentence fully, and then write equation. Clear? Now the next. So, a shiny brown element X on heating in air becomes black in color. Name the element X and write the balanced equation for this and write the type of reaction. So element X. So first statement, element X is copper in bracket Cu. Then write a balanced equation for this reaction. It is 2Cu plus O2 gives out 2CuO. 2Cu plus O2 on in bracket or above bracket heat. Above bracket it should be heat. And write the type of reaction. You can write either oxidation reaction or combination reaction.
Just can you again repeat the formula and it should be put the heat?
2Cu plus O2 arrow heat plus gives 2CuO.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it fine if you just wrote heat,
Where?
ma'am, in that reaction which we had to write?
Where you have written heat? Before or after?
Ma'am, after.
No. That's wrong.
Ma'am, if I have written it in reactant side, is it counted?
Yeah, that's counted. Reactant side you have to write plus heat, or on the arrow you have to write heat. A copper coin was kept dipped in silver nitrate solution for a few days. What will happen to the copper coin? Write balanced equation. So here copper being more reactive than silver, so it displaces silver from its solution and the silver get deposited over copper coin. So this sentence should come first. Then the reaction Cu plus AgNO3 or AgNO3 twice gives CuNO3 twice plus Ag. Balance it. I have not balanced.
Ma'am, can you repeat it?
Equation or the sentence?
The equation, ma'am.
Cu plus AgNO3 twice gives out CuNO3 twice plus Ag.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So silver get deposited over copper coin and the solution turns blue due to formation of copper nitrate.
Mom?
Yeah.
Ma'am, Cu and Ag both have variable valency, that is 1 or 2. So if we take both of their valency as 1, then it will be Cu plus Ag.
Both the sides valency remains same. Yeah, it is this one. You can take AgNO3 and CuNO3 also. You can take it.
Okay, ma'am. So that's correct, right?
Yeah, that is correct. But try to use the second valency because teacher
Okay,
considers second 2 valency only.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, one thing you have to understand in marking scheme. So when the people board papers are corrected, or even your school papers are also corrected, one of your exam department is preparing the paper, and that the same person, the same committee, teachers, group of teachers is preparing the answers also of that, and other teachers are exactly follow that answer sheet. That is we call as marking scheme. So if whatever it is there in marking scheme, accordingly only I have seen teachers are giving marks. If there is any changes, they are not considering it. Clear? So you have to start thinking accordingly. I'm there to help you out in that case. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
In electrolysis of water, why is gas collected at one of the electrode is double the other? So first name, that is which is gas is collected double volume. So we know that is in electrolysis of water, hydrogen gas is collected at cathode and oxygen at anode. The volume of hydrogen is double the volume of oxygen. And now write why. Because when one molecule of water breaks down, it produces 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. And therefore, number of atoms produced, hydrogen atoms produced are always double the number of oxygen atoms. So therefore, volume of hydrogen is always double the volume of oxygen gas. Clear?
Ma'am, if we mention law of constant proportions also, is it fine?
No.
No, ma'am, like, just a minute, I'll read it out. Ma'am, like, this is because the combining ratio of water is 2:1, and according to law of constant proportions, the combining ratio is fixed. So one gas is double the amount of the other gas.
half part. It can be considered, but a half.
Okay, ma'am.
That's right. Not completely. Okay. A green salt on heating decomposes to give reddish brown residue and pungent smell gases. Name the salt and write the reaction involved. The salt is
FeSO4.
iron
Ferrous sulfate.
sulfate. Iron 2 sulfate. In bracket FeSO4.7H2O.
Ma'am, if you write only FeSO4.
Lose marks. Name the salt, no? There are questions where they have asked name the salt and write chemical formula. So that time you have to write formula. So name the salt, that means the name of it, and then in bracket you can write, for making more informative, you can in bracket you are writing the equation or formula of that compound.
Ma'am, I've written ferrous sulfate.
Ferrous sulfate, okay, right.
Ma'am, I wrote ferrous sulfate heptahydrate.
Very good. Exact answer.
And I wrote ferrous sulfate or green vitriol.
Okay, fine. Right, the reaction involved, two reactions are there. FeSO4.7H2O, heat produces FeSO4 plus 7H2O, and 2 FeSO4 gives out Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. You have written this in the class. Okay. Then what is rancidity? I'll write two methods to prevent it.
Ma'am, rancidity is the oxidation of fats and oils in food which gives bad taste and odor.
That's right. And two methods to write two methods to prevent it. That is by
Refrigerating and sealing the food.
Vacuum packing and flushing food packets with nitrogen.
okay. Fine.
Storing in airtight containers and adding antioxidants.
Antioxidant.
Any five given, those you can write. By storing food in airtight containers, by vacuum packing the food. Third, by using antioxidant, adding antioxidants. Fourth, by flushing nitrogen gas. And fifth one, by refrigeration. Refrigeration always keep at end.
And I just have a doubt.
Yeah.
When do we have to expand these? Sometimes we have to write the reasons for why is it being used to prevent
Explain
oxidate.
the methods.
Yes,
when the
ma'am.
question is word is explain methods to prevent it. And the word is asked, word sentence uses explain methods. That time you have to explain them.
Okay, ma'am.
Identify the reducing agent in the following reactions. Reducing agent, that means the substance which is oxidized. So which substance is oxidized here? First equation,
Iron.
iron is oxidized. So therefore it
Iron.
works as reducing agent. And here
Ma'am?
which is oxidized in the second equation?
CO,
Carbon
carbon
monoxide.
monoxide.
Has gained oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So one more oxygen get added. So in this case, it is carbon monoxide works as reducing agent. Okay. So what is displacement reaction? Give an example of it. So displacement reaction, the reaction in which more reactive element displaces lesser reactive elements from its solution.
Yes.
And one of the reaction, you can write any of the one equation when iron is dipped in copper sulfate solution.
Ma'am, Zn
Iron,
plus CuSO4 is equal to ZnSO4 plus Cu.
that's right. So zinc being more reactive
Ma'am.
displaces copper. Yeah.
I have wrote the definition as the reaction in which a substance is displaced from its compound or salt by another substance is called a displacement reaction.
Okay. Fine. that
So
works
is
right.
this correct?
Yes,
Or
that
do
works.
I have to include the reactivity?
No. But here, if you use the word, that will be better. More reactive element displaces the lesser reactive element.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, we can also explain from A plus BC is equal to
Yes,
A.
that is also you can explain.
I wrote that displacement reaction takes place when more reactive substance replaces the less reactive substance, but I did not add from its solution. So
From
will
its
marks be cut?
solution. Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, for the reduced and oxidized substance in the second one, can we write like 4H2O2 is reduced, or only should we write H2O2?
H2O2. Here, no, H2O2 only. No need to write the number of molecules.
Ma'am, what if we write? Is
No
it wrong?
problem. No, it's not problem. No problem with that also.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Name the substance oxidized and reduced in the following reaction. So which one is oxidized here?
HCl.
HCl is
HCl
oxidized
oxidized.
because it has lost hydrogen, and which is reduced?
Pb3O4.
3O4.
Pb3O4. Lead oxide is reduced.
Instead of losing hydrogen in HCl, I wrote that
Gained
it got
oxygen.
oxidized. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. No problem. So HCl, these H2O and Cl2, both are the products of oxidation. When HCl is oxidized, it will form both water also and chlorine also. So you can write in terms of both of them.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now write the balanced chemical equations and write types of equations. Now here most of the students have not written the types of equations. So it is one mark, half of marks for both of them. Half marks for balancing and half marks for equation. And if you have written the name of the symbol of the compound wrong, full marks gone. Lead nitrate plus heat. Lead nitrate 2 PbNO3 twice gives out 2 PbO plus 4NO2 plus O2.
Thermal decomposition.
And it is thermal decomposition. Zinc plus iron sulfate. Zn plus FeSO4 gives out ZnSO4 plus Fe.
Displacement.
Displacement reaction. CuO plus H2
Cu
gives
plus
Cu
H2O.
plus H2O.
Redox.
And it is redox reaction or displacement reaction.
Ma'am,
AgCl
could you
plus
repeat
heat.
second one?
Second is direct, no.
It's already balanced.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
AgCl, 2 AgCl plus sunlight. Actually, it is sunlight gives out 2Ag
2Ag plus Cl2. Photolytic decomposition.
Photolytic decomposition.
Ma'am, instead of sunlight, I wrote delta above the arrow. So is my mark gone over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Here I will give because I have written here heat. So it's okay. Because I itself has written heat here. That should not be there. It is actually sunlight. Heat in the form of sunlight, then it's okay. Barium chloride and sodium sulfate, BaCl2 plus Na2SO4 gives out 2 NaCl plus BaSO4.
Double displacement.
Double displacement reaction.
I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, instead of writing thermal decomposition, I just wrote decomposition reaction. So
Yes,
is
you
it
will get marks.
Ma'am, could you repeat the balanced equation last one?
You have written in the classwork?
Yes, ma'am, but I got it wrong like in the test. So,
BaCl2 plus Na2SO4
okay, ma'am.
gives 2 NaCl plus BaSO4. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So coming back to electricity. Potential difference part completed. Now next part we have to start is resistance. Next third property that we have to learn is resistance. denoted by symbol R. Now, what is resistance? Name, what do you mean by resist in English?
Endurance.
To oppose something.
To oppose.
Obstruct.
Obstruct, to oppose anything. So resistance also do the same. There is a obstruction. For what? For the flow of, yes?
Ma'am, you have shared a Chrome.
No. Okay, I'm doing that.
Ma'am, you're still
I'm only
sharing the
explaining.
question paper.
So now resistance is, what is resistance? Resistance is the property of conductor, every conductor, although it is a good or bad conductor, doesn't matter. So every wire, every conductor is not allowing electrons to move with uniform speed. We know that its current is flowing due to the flow of electrons, right? So now those electrons could not move uniformly. That is because of the obstruction provided. The conductor is providing obstruction to the flow of charges, electrons, but actually electron carrying charge. So we are using the word as charges. So there is a obstruction to the flow of charges. That property of the conductor which provides the obstruction to the flow of charges is called as resistance. Now, what is it exactly? Suppose you are riding a cycle on a road. So there is no traffic at all. But still, are you able to move in uniform motion? Is it possible that you can ride your cycle with same speed? Are you able to maintain?
No,
Why? Why you can't maintain?
Ma'am,
There is no
Because-
traffic.
our body will lose energy eventually.
No, that is not the point.
ma'am, I didn't understand what's resistance.
I'm not explained still.
Because
properly.
eventually we'll get tired and we'll cycle slower.
Okay.
Because of friction of the road.
Friction of the road, okay. But that friction, when you are already riding, so that friction will not be much harmful, much more, it will not reduce your speed.
Okay.
Because you are already riding, when the sliding friction is always lesser. Rolling friction actually, when you are riding, there is a rolling friction. Rolling friction is always less.
Suddenly the wind speed increases.
Okay, fine. Also, when you are writing a simple question, think simply, just like a class 1 student.
We also get
I'm not
tired. ma'am.
asking 10th class, nothing. There is no any very simple. This one is the concept is there. When you are riding a cycle, road is smooth. No, it's a normal road you are moving. But are you able to move your cycle with same speed? 10 meters per second, you have to maintain that speed. Are you able to manage in a normal road?
No, ma'am.
You are not able to manage because road is not smooth properly. You know, there are some pits, some upside, you have to move upward or downward, you have to keep on moving. So when you are climbing upward direction, if the road is upward, your speed reduces. When it is downward slope is there, your speed increases. There are some pits, road is somewhere, it is broken. So are you able to maintain in such cases? Are you able to maintain the your uniform speed? Are you able to maintain that speed? Whatever the speed you are moving, are you able to maintain that?
No.
No, because the road itself is obstructing your motion, obstructing your speed. It is not allowing because of those pits, those breakage, the uneven surfaces. You are not able to ride freely. Whatever the speed you want, you are not able to maintain that. So this is what we call as obstruction. So this nature of the road is not allowing you to move with uniform speed. Clear this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly same thing happens inside the conductor also. Inside the conductor, we know that is free electrons are moving from one end of the wire to another end. So while they move, they can't move freely. Means with a uniform speed, the electrons cannot travel their path. They cannot move their path. The reason is some obstruction. Now, what is that exact obstruction is? So that obstruction due to which the charges can't be flown in uniform speed. So that obstruction is only what we call as resistance. So here we see it is a conductor. I have increased the cross-sectional area to show you zoomed area. So you can consider it as simple words as a zoom. So you know that is these are the particles, atoms are there, which are compactly packed inside a solid, and there are free electrons. Okay. Suppose these are electrons, which are when this wire, this is a wire part. This is a part of the wire which I am trying to show you the inner part. Electrons, when these ends of the wire are not connected to any source, battery we have not connected. So in that case, these electrons are moving. How are they moving?
Randomly.
In random directions.
Randomly in all possible directions, right? So yeah, however they are moving. Here, this is moving downwards. Randomly it is moving. Now what if we have connected them in to the battery?
They move in one direction.
If I will connect the same thing to a battery. Now this is the positive charges. Atoms. And now this end of the wire, which was free earlier, now we are connecting it to the battery. Now what happens? Electrons will move from negative terminal to positive terminal. In this direction, the electrons will keep moving.
Yes, ma'am.
So all the electrons will start moving in one particular direction. So all the electrons move like this.
Ma'am, so if any cell or any substance, if we are not connecting it to the battery, then the electrons are moving freely itself.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Once we connect the battery, then only they are moving in
Electrons
one
will
particular.
move in one direction. In
Okay,
this
ma'am.
direction, all the electrons will move. Right? Now, while moving, there are the fixed atoms. They are only vibrating with a very small amplitude. They are vibrating. So what happens? These electrons keep colliding with these atoms. When electrons moving, whenever it comes to the atom, it will collide. And we know that is due to collision. Whenever two objects collide, they lose energy. Whenever two objects collide with each other, what happens?
There's a loss of energy.
There is a loss of energy. So electrons, with whatever the energy they are moving, when electrons collide with these fixed atoms, they lose energy. So due to loss of energy, their speed decreases. Their speed decreases. Again, the atom will move. So electron will cover up, move further, and again gain speed and move. So whenever electrons in their motion keep colliding with these fixed atoms, and due to which they lose energy and their speed decreases. So this happens continuously, and because of this, electrons could not move with uniform speed. And this decrease in speed, this is the obstruction. These collisions are actually providing obstruction to the flow of electrons. And this property is only we call as resistance. Resistance which opposes the motion of charges, that is electrons. Able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the obstruction, what we call as resistance. And this obstruction is actually provided ideally every wire, every material is providing this obstruction. And that obstruction we have given physically the name as resistance. Now the substance which provides very least resistance, resistance is very less, so electrons can move with very normal speed. that decrement in speed is very less. So the electrons can easily flow with their maximum speed. Such conductors we call as good conductors. And the substances which are providing maximum resistance. So in that case, electrons are not able to flow because whenever they are trying to move, they are colliding. So electrons could not move at all. So in that case, the current can't flow. So such conductors we call as insulators. Able to understand resistance is? What do you mean by resistance?
Yes, ma'am.
Only one student understood.
Ma'am, that
Yes.
insulator part, can you repeat?
Here the conductor, every substance provides different amount of resistance, right? Some conductors provide less resistance and some conductors provide more resistance. Just like the road, highway provides lesser resistance. When on a highway any car is moving, so it will this will observe less resistance, less breakage, or obstruction is very less on highway. But when you go to the normal city roads, then there are obstructions will be less or more? More. So these are the two bifurcations. So national highway, there is a very less obstruction. So are you able to maintain the maximum speed?
Yes, we're able to.
You are able to, because there is obstruction is less, traffic is less, the breakage is less, pits are less on highways because they are very smooth broad roads. But in case of normal city roads inside city, what are the roads are there? There traffic is there, one, pits are there, breakages are there. So there are many things which are providing obstruction. So you are not able to maintain that maximum speed on inside city, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now here you are able to, in city road also you are able to move, and on a highway also you are able to move. But what is the difference?
Speed.
Speed you are maintaining. You can maintain your maximum speed on highway. In city roads, your speed is less. So same thing happened with electrons. There are some wires. There are different types of materials. Inside their materials, some electrons observe more obstruction. More particles are there. They are not able to move at all. They can't move. They have to stay back to their original position. So in that case, current will flow. Electrons are not able to move. Is it possible for that means current is flowing? Is the
No,
current
ma'am.
flowing?
No, ma'am.
No. So such materials we call as insulators. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
That means a completely traffic congestion area.
Explain
Traffic
again.
is fully stagnant. No vehicle is moving at all. So that structure is seen in insulators. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And there are materials like silver, copper, aluminium, iron. There are the obstruction provided to this flow of electrons is very less. So in that case, electrons can move with their original speed. Somewhat negligible speed is reduced. So such conductors we call as good conductors. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Able to understand everyone what is resistance means and what
Yes, ma'am.
depends on
Yes, ma'am.
resistance we have
Yes, ma'am.
divided. Depending on resistance provided by the substance, every substance provide resistance. But depending on the resistance provided by a conductor is divided into either good conductor or bad conductor. Bad conductor, another name is insulator. Clear? The
Yes,
substance
ma'am.
which provides maximum resistance, the substance which provides maximum resistance, that we call as bad conductor or insulator. And substance which provides very least resistance, it is not obstructing the electrons, then such conductors we call as good conductors. Clear? Is it
Yes.
clear? Resistance means what?
Yes, ma'am.
So write down resistance, the property of the conductor. which
Conductor
provides
or any substance.
conductor, any substance we can consider, but we generally right now we are using for conductors only. A
And just
conductor means
which-
wire. Conductor, that means wire, which provides obstruction to the flow of charges. Draw the diagram and write below that.
Now we should draw both diagrams.
Yes, both diagrams. Completed?
Just a second.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the next part we are to learn is resistors. Now what do you mean by resistor? Now what is a resistance? What is resistance is doing? Due to resistance provided by the conductor, what is happening?
Current is not flowing.
Current is not flowing properly, right? So what exactly is happening? If we increase the resistance, if any material's resistance increases, then what will happen? Current will,
The current will not flow.
if we keep on increasing, suppose a wire is providing a resistance. Now that resistance, if we keep on increasing, a material we have taken whose resistance is more than the first material, then what will happen? The current
Ma'am, then
flowing,
become an
Will slow
instant
down the speed.
it slows down the speed, and that speed is only what we call as current, right? So current is reduced. When we increase the resistance, the current will reduce.
Also inversely proportional.
So they are inversely proportional. So amount of current in the circuit is regulated with the help of resistance. Now, further thing is current. Now it is current. Due to the change in resistance, the current value will change, right? That part clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, while manufacturing, different devices will need different amount of current. But in domestic wiring, all of them are connected to the same source. The potential difference is maintained at same value, which is 230 volts in house. But everyone's current requirement of all the appliances current requirement is different. Then how to manage that? Everyone are getting every appliance is connected to a potential difference, that what we voltage we have worked earlier last class. Everyone's potential difference, that is a voltage, is 230 volt. But every appliance needs different amount of current. So that is managed by changing the resistance of the conductor. That device, sorry, not conductor, device. So the amount of current is regulated with the help of resistance. So whatever right now you understood, that is a natural resistance every conductor is providing. Artificially, intentionally, we can increase the amount of resistance in the circuit by adding some external devices. Some extra devices we have to connect in the circuit, which are there to increase the current. For example, we know that is road is already providing an obstruction by pits or by traffic, or there is any breakages are there, right? So that is a natural obstruction. That is clear. But intentionally, we construct some obstructions. What are those?
Ma'am, barriers.
Ma'am, speed breakers.
Speed breakers.
Police.
So speed breakers are intentionally present on the road so that at particular places, specific places, not every places, for particular places, a government construct speed breakers. So what is the purpose? Generally, you can see speed breakers near hospitals or near many crowded areas. Near wherever you can see there is a crowded area is there, school, hospital areas, you can see the speed breakers. So what is the purpose of that speed breakers?
To slow the speed
To
of
slow down the speed of the vehicle.
To slow down the speed of vehicles. So that is intentionally done. Already naturally because of traffic or because of any pits or breakages, the person is slowing down their speed. But intentionally for some places to avoid accidents, accident prone regions, the speed breakers are constructed to provide external obstruction so that the speed of the vehicle should be reduced at that places. Similarly, to regulate the amount of current in a particular device, there are some external resistance has to be provided. The conductor is already providing the resistance, but apart from that, some particular value of resistance has to be provided, should be increased so that the required amount of current will flow through the device. Able to understand this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that special device which is providing resistance intentionally is called resistor. So resistor is a device which provides resistance, external resistance. Resistor. Resistor is a device which provides external resistance. Depending on the how much amount of current it has to flow through the circuit, the resistance has to be provided. Just like you have seen regular fan regulator. So what is the function of regulator of a fan?
Regulating of
slow
speed.
down.
Decreasing the speed of the fan.
Decreasing or increasing the speed of the fan. So how it can be done?
Ma'am, if you provide more energy,
hitting the regulator.
If you decrease the energy, the speed will be less.
So there are 5 speeds are there. So when you keep it to 1, the speed is less. When you turn on to the second number, the speed will increase. Third, more increment. Fourth, more increment, more increment. The speed will increase when you increase the amount of current in that device. The fan, there is a motor. So that motor will get more current, then more rotation will increase. The speed will increase by increasing the amount of current. Now, how to increase the amount of current? That is the function of that regulator. So when you are actually changing the regulator, you are decreasing, when you are increasing the speed, that means actually you are decreasing the resistance in the circuit. So when resistance decreases, the current will increase. And when current will increase, the speed will increase. Clear? So regulator is one of the external resistor. Clear? Able to understand?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So resistor
Yes,
is a
ma'am.
very small device made up of alloy. So resistor is a very small device made up of alloy. Alloy called nichrome or alnico. Nichrome, it is the alloy of nickel and chromium. And alnico is the alloy of aluminium, aluminium, nickel, and cobalt. So it is a very small. If you can see, I have the resistor. I just now got it. So it looks like this. Over there, it is a structure like this. And it has 4 color bands over it. So this is a very small resistor with a particular value of resistance it provides. It has different resistors have different value of resistance it provides. Okay, I think so. You might be seeing this so small. You are not able to see this properly also. So small device, it is called resistor. Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this much backside white is there, then you are able to see it properly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
more clearly. 4 color bands are over that, blue color,
Yes,
and then
ma'am.
color band
Yes,
over it.
ma'am.
So this is a
Ma'am, I have a
small
question.
Yes.
Ma'am, if more energy is provided, then the resistor can control the resistor will burn.
More energy, yeah. If it is more, the current requirement, every device's current requirement is fixed. If beyond that, if the current is passed, then it will burn. It will fuse. Clear? So have you seen resistor? How much small it is? How much thin and small it is? So it has color bands, so that by knowing the color bands, different colors printed on that will tell you how much amount of resistance it provides. How much amount of resistance value it provides, that we can find out by the colors over that. What are the particular color bands, that is not random colors. A particular color is printed over that bands will provide us, means there is a formula. By knowing the formula, right now we are not supposed to do, you have to learn that in class 12th. So by knowing that, we can find out how much resistance it is providing. The unit of resistance is ohm, 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 because ohm scientist has explained the resistance phenomena. So therefore his name is given to the unit of resistance, that is called as ohm, OHM. So this is a actual resistor, but we don't write this, draw this resistor in the circuit. We use its symbol. The symbol of this is like this. So this is a symbol of resistor. Able to understand resistor symbol?
Yes, ma'am.
It is a device which provides resistance in the circuit. Particular value of resistance will give you particular value of current will flow through the circuit.
Don't we put an arrow through that heart rate kind of stuff? Because
No.
it's a fixed resistor.
This is a fixed resistance. It provides a fixed resistance. Yes?
Ma'am, in exams, do they ask what is nichrome or alnico made up of?
No, resistance is made up of which material they will ask.
Okay, ma'am. So we just have to write nichrome or maybe
Nichrome,
alnico.
yeah, nichrome or alnico.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
what's the difference between resistor and insulator?
Resistor is allowing current to flow through it, but at a regulated manner.
Okay, ma'am.
It regulates the amount of current, but it is not stopping the current. It won't stop the current. Insulator can't allow the current to flow.
Okay, ma'am.
Clear? So amount of resistance will regulate the amount of current. So resistance regulates or controls the amount of current flowing through the circuit. This is a resistor which provides a fixed resistance. It provides fixed resistance. So that means value of resistance is not changeable. It provides a exact value, same value of resistance. If this is of 10 ohm, so it will keep providing 10 ohm. This is a symbol for sigma, actually omega, which we pronounce as ohm. Unit of resistance. Okay. Now there is one more device called as rheostat, which is actually provides variable resistance. Another device is there, which we call as rheostat or variable resistance. This device provides variable value of resistance, provides variable values of resistance. So the value of resistance keep on changing. Now in this case, in case of resistor, when we use at that time, if we want to change the value of resistance in the circuit, we need to completely remove it and we have to insert new one. But there are some devices where we are not supposed to remove that resistance and connect it. Every time we can't do that. In case of fan, are you able to, if instead of that regulator is actually the rheostat, that regulator button, what you use it, that is actually not a resistor, it is a rheostat, because we are only turning that knob, and due to that the amount of resistance in the circuit is changing. Clear? In place of that, if you try to use a resistor, that time you have to take out resistor from that device and connect new resistor if you want to change the speed. So that we are not supposed to do. We can't do that one. A person, customer to customer, that can't do that. User. So therefore, they have used another device called rheostat, that is regulator. Regulator is actually the one type of rheostat, small rheostat. So where without changing the device, we can change the resistance in the circuit. We keep on changing the resistance in the circuit by only turning it. Able to understand?
Yes,
You?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
resistor is a device which provides fixed resistance in the circuit. And rheostat is a device which provides variable resistance in the circuit. So by turning some of the part of that device, we can change the resistance of the circuit. There are different types of rheostats are available. This is one of the rheostat, which is generally used in lab. This is used in labs. Many varieties of rheostats are available.
Ma'am, how do you get to know how much load have you placed?
Rheostat, how much we don't, that we can't do. We can't measure the value of resistance through rheostat. Now here, this is the this type of a rheostat which is present in regulators, fan regulators. So this is one, a small one, and this is in labs, we use this type of a rheostat. So here, the wiring has to be done. You can see here the red wire and here the wire. So there are the two wirings has to be done, used in the socket like this. And this knob is there. It is actually the nichrome wire is wounded over here. You can see this black part in between, the black rod. Are you able to see? There is actually the nichrome wire is wounded in the form of cylinder. And this knob is in contact. You can move this knob from one end to other end. So as you move the knob, the value of resistance in the circuit keep on changing. To increase the current or increase the resistance or decrease the resistance, this knob has to be pulled towards one moving. It should be moved from one end to other end to change the resistance in the circuit. Able to understand this rheostat?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
this
ma'am.
rheostat is symbol for this rheostat. This is a rheostat. We don't use it in the circuit. We have to use it symbol. So for this, we have to, this is the symbol of rheostat. This or this one. These are the symbols of rheostat.
Ma'am, for the second one, it comes from upright.
Hmm?
The arrow goes upright,
Anywhere,
like.
up or down,
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
Anything is possible. Up, down or up.
Ma'am, so can you give the definition of variable resistance?
The device which provides different values of resistance. That's it. The name itself suggests its definition. Able to understand what a resistor and rheostats means?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
They provide different resistance in the circuit due to which the amount of current in the circuit is regulated, controlled. It can be increased as per requirement or it can be decreased as per requirement. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Aditya, Navika, Vaibhavi, Deepika,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
okay, Vijay, Mohit. Vijay, again, no sound from two
Yes,
ways.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Understood.
So write down this part, resistor and rheostat. Symbols also important. Ayush, able to understand? Porosh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Ma'am, unit of resistance is ohm, right?
Ohm, yeah.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Symbols done. Everyone completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So many.
Yes, ma'am.
Next part is factors affecting resistance. So which factors affect the resistance of the conductor? Every conductor is providing resistance that we know. Although it is a best conductor, we call it as this one. Silver is considered as a best conductor. Second best is copper. Below that, aluminium, iron will come. Okay, wood, rubber, plastic, these provides the maximum resistance. So therefore, they are considered as a bad conductors or insulators. And alloys have conductivity lesser than the alloys provide more resistance as compared to metals. So metals are good conductors, alloys are lesser conductors than metals, and generally non-metals or these wood, rubber, all those will consider as a bad conductors or insulators. Okay. So now there are some factors of the conductor which affects the value of resistance. So what are those factors? So there are 4 factors which affect the resistance. So first one is nature of the conductor. Second one is length of conductor. Third one is area of cross section. Also called as thickness of the wire. And the fourth one is temperature. These 4 factors affect the resistance. First is nature of the conductor. Just now we have seen some material provides more resistance, some material provides lesser resistance. The material which provides lesser resistance, the substance which provides least resistance is called as good conductor. And the substance which provides more resistance, more or most resistance, are called bad conductors or insulators. Clear? So good conductors provides very least resistance, very less resistance, and bad conductors provides maximum resistance. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the second is length of the conductor. So length of the conductor. Now here, checking the resistance, we have to check the collisions, number of collisions. If you increase the length of the conductor, what will happen to the collisions? Number of collisions will increase, will decrease?
Increase.
Obviously increase. So as you increase the length of conductor, so same electron will collide with more atoms, and due to that it will keep decreasing its speed. The speed of the electrons keep on decreasing. So that means ultimately what happens? What is the effect of decrease in speed? Decrease in current. So that means when there is a more length, more number of collisions, so more obstruction. That means, what does this mean? More the length,
More
the resistance
resistance.
affected, more will be the resistance. More the length, more the resistance, because more will be the number of collisions. More the length, electrons will keep colliding with more number of atoms, and due to that the obstruction provided will keep on increasing. So resistance will increase. So resistance will increase with length of conductor. So resistance is directly proportional to length. Clear?
Ma'am, could you just explain that point again?
If the length of the journey of a person increases, number of accidents, possibility of accidents will increase or will decrease? Increase. So if more the length of the conductor, electrons will keep on colliding with more number of fixed particles, fixed atoms. So more collision, then there will be the more obstruction. More obstruction means more resistance. And if length is less, number of collisions will reduce, and therefore resistance will also reduce. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now area of cross section or thickness of the wire we consider. Thicker the wire, what will happen to the more collision? Now exactly compare this. To understand this, take an example of narrow road and the broad road. In which case the accidents are more or less?
Narrow.
Narrow road.
Narrow road.
Narrow road, number of accidents will be lesser
More.
or more.
Less.
Narrow road, number of accidents will be
More.
more,
More.
not less, it's more. So more, why? Because here we move or here we move. The atoms are this one will be there. Vehicles might be there because the road is very narrow. So while moving, there is a always possibility of collisions will occur. Same thing happen with wire and broad road. What happens?
Less chance of,
Less chances of accident
Why?
because there is
because there is more space. So
There
that
is more
Less
space
obstructions.
to move. You
move.
are able to move freely, easily because you have more space to move. The same thing happened for electrons when they are moving through very narrow wire. That means the thickness is less. So thin wire has a narrow, we can consider it as a narrow, and the thicker wire has broader. So it is area of cross section more, thickness more. So broad area, broad road area structure. So while moving electrons, in which case they will collide more,
In a
thinner wire
thinner
or thicker
wire.
wire?
Thinner
Inner
wire.
wire.
Thinner wire, they keep colliding more because wherever they move, there is an atom, they keep colliding because space is very less. So each and every electron keep colliding with each and every atom. So due to that, they provide more, they experience more obstruction. So such conductor is providing more resistance. And if you increase the thickness, what will happen? Now the area is broad, road is broad. For the electrons, there is a more space. So when electrons keep moving, they collide less number of times. So they collide with atoms less number of times because the road is broad, the space is more. So the collision number of collisions will reduce, and due to which resistance also reduces. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Thicker wire and thinner wire. So thicker wire and thinner wire has a area of cross section. So are you able to see these two? The pen ends. When you cut the rod and whatever the face you see, that is we call as area of cross section. Don't see that? We are not supposed to write anything right now. Now you can see this pen ending. So here this part is this part. If this part, whatever you can see, that is called area of cross section. Able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And this part, area of this section is called as area of cross section. Both are cylindrical, circular. Area of
Yes.
cross section, both are circles, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But in this case, this is narrow, thickness is less, so area of cross section is less. And in this case,
It is.
Area of cross
is
section
more.
is more.
thickness is more, so area of cross section is more. So more area means thicker wire, lesser area means thinner wire. So more thickness, more area of cross section means more thicker wire, and thicker wire provides lesser resistance. And lesser area of cross section means thinner wire, and thinner wire provides more resistance. Able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we can write? More the area of cross section, resistance will be
Less.
less. And lesser the area of cross section, resistance will be
More.
More.
So that means resistance and area are
Inversely
Inversely
proportional.
Inversely
inversely
proportional.
proportional. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
So resistance varies directly as length and inversely as area of cross section. So resistance varies inversely as area of cross section. And area of the wire is circle. So it is area is pi r square. Area is a circle. Area of cross section we are considering, not the full surface area. We are only concerning with the cross sectional area. Clear what is cross sectional area means?
Yes, ma'am.
That is,
Yes, ma'am.
and normally all wires we are considering circular, cylindrical. So area of cross section is always a circle. So it is pi r square.
Yes.
It is inversely proportional. And finally the temperature. So how it is dependent on temperature? Number of collisions. Think only the number of collisions. More number of collisions means more resistance. Lesser number of collisions means lesser resistance.
So if temperature increases, the kinetic energy will also increase, and it will have it will collide more.
How?
Ma'am, if the temperature is less, the particles would be or atoms will be more closer together, so the resistance will increase. If the temperature is increased, the space between those atoms will increase and thus providing a more smoother passage for the electrons to travel through.
It is happening opposite, actually. It's happening opposite. Now suppose this is a conductor. Wait. Now here, this is a particle. And only one electron is moving, for example. Now this particle has, the temperature of the material is increased. What happens to the kinetic energy of the particles? Atoms' kinetic energy will
Increase.
when you heat it. So you are providing heat energy. What happens to the kinetic energy of the heat is stored in the form of the provided heat energy is stored in the form of
Potential.
Kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy. So when kinetic energy increases, atom starts vibrating with a large amplitude. Atom keep vibrating due to increased kinetic energy. Atom keep vibrating with large amplitude. So it will start covering a larger area, horizontal or vertical. It will keep on colliding, keep on moving faster. Vibration increases. Now in this vibration, electron wants to move. What happens? Wherever it go, it will keep colliding. In whichever it wants to go from down, then also it is colliding because the amplitude has increased. If it wants to go up, then also it will keep colliding. So the number of collisions due to increased kinetic energy, the particles keep vibrating with a larger amplitude. All the space is increased, but due to what happened? And due to space increase, their movement will also increase, right? Right,
Yeah.
Parth?
Yes, ma'am.
So now space increased because they decreases the force of attraction. By absorbing heat energy, the force of attraction between the particles decreased. So they are moved away from each other. So more space. So there is an advantage of more space. That is, the particles will keep moving with a larger amplitude. And due to that more motion, the electrons keep colliding with the atoms. And therefore, the number of collisions will increase, and hence the temperature resistance will also increase.
So, ma'am, temperature is directly proportional to resistance.
Resistance is directly proportional to temperature. Temperature is not dependent on resistance. Resistance is dependent on temperature. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So
A question.
Resistance is directly proportional to temperature. As you increase the temperature, resistance of the wire will increase. Yes, now what's the question?
Ma'am, so in this case, when we are providing more heat and the atoms are colliding with each other, in this case is
Atoms are not colliding with each other. Their vibration increases. Electrons
ma'am.
are colliding with atoms.
Yes, ma'am. So in this case, like a spark or a flame will be produced due to friction, right?
Not much. Spark is due to the maximum amount of current flowing through the circuit. A large amount of current when flows through the circuit, it causes this one, friction. Sorry, spark. Okay, clear? All the four factors clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this question will be asked
Yes,
for 2 marks sometimes, and sometimes they have asked for 3 marks to explain properly. So explain the factors affecting resistance of the conductor. So we will write this next class. Everything clear today, whatever I taught?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
ma'am.
Okay, then you can leave and complete chemistry worksheet and upload it as soon as possible. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And maths time to time. Every day is classwork plus homework of that day. Complete it, immediately upload it. So then at the end moment, it will not have large number of paper, more number of papers will not be needed to scan. So every time to time, you can keep on uploading. There will not be much burden. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We have to solve 105 numericals also on this part. Okay, fine. You can leave.
Ma'am, one more thing.
Yes.
Ma'am, in the math question paper, I couldn't solve the 13th question. Could you just solve it right now?
Find out HCF of that. And
Ma'am,
divide
I
every
did.
number with 7. The HCF is 7. Divide. They are asking number of plants produced. They are not asking the length of the plant. They are asking